James Comey a couple of days ago might now say he's part of a rigged system, and Hillary Clinton, who disliked James Comey, appears to like him again now. You're right. This is a dramatic turn of events. October 28th, remember, James Comey appeared to be opening the door to reversing what he had said in July when he had that really remarkable news conference right smack in the middle of the summer as the conventions were about to heat up, saying, that there were all kinds of problems with Hillary Clinton's server, potentially bad actors had penetrated it, and that it appeared that she had mishandled classified information, but said that based on intent, he did not think any prosecutor would actually bring criminal charges against Clinton. Huge sigh of relief for the Clinton camp. Then Republicans were furious. Then fast forward to October 28th, that historic letter from Comey to leaders in Congress, both parties, by the way, even though Hillary Clinton claimed it only went to Republican leaders, in which he said, wait a second, we've got something new. And then we had another twist, which is we found out what was new. It was Anthony Weiner's laptop, suggesting there were hundreds of thousands of more emails involving Huma Abedin that were now being investigated by the FBI. That drew howls of protest from the Clinton camp, saying that now if this investigation was reopened less than 2 weeks from the election, that this was a miscarriage of justice. Just moments ago, James Comey, 2 days before the election, weighing in yet again, saying, quote, based on our review, we have not changed our conclusions that we expressed in July with respect to Hillary Clinton. I'm very grateful, Comey goes on to say, to the professionals at the FBI for doing an extraordinary amount of high quality work in a short period of time. A little bit cryptic when he says we haven't changed our conclusions. He does not say that the investigation is closed or anything like that. He's just saying we're not changing what we said in July, that we're not, that we will not suggest there be criminal charges against Hillary Clinton. And so what they're saying in the Clinton camp, they are taking that as a victory. They are going to embrace it. Brian Fallon, a Clinton spokesman, saying a moment ago on Twitter, quote, we were always confident nothing would cause the July decision to be revisited. Now Director Comey has confirmed it. I think what's most remarkable for James Comey, of course, is that his credibility had already been under fire in July when he walked up to the line of saying the laws were broken and then didn't do anything. Credibility challenged again a couple of weeks ago when he kind of inserted himself into this election at such a late date. Howls of protest from the Obama Justice Department. The President of the United States, by the way, a few days ago, extraordinary interview where he basically said he didn't think there was any there. That led a lot of eyebrows to be raised about whether he was injecting politics and telling his own Justice Department how they might rein in James Comey. But now here we are 2 days from the election where we didn't expect to hear from James Comey at all, saying something that the Clinton camp certainly thinks is a sigh of relief, Neil.
You know what is odd about this now is how we go forward here. Now, you could argue, and many have, that Comey was sort of locked into this ever since his July 5th announcement where he said he wouldn't pursue any criminal matters, so recommend that at the Justice Department or to the Justice Department in this case, kind of locked him in to say if there were further developments, I'll let you know. There were further developments. There were the revelation of those emails on Congressman Anthony Weiner's laptop, and then he would almost be beholden to update if any news had come of that. So he kept locking himself in these positions where he, Comey, would end up being the end of election year's surprise again and again and again.
And yes, and it also, this does not change the fact that the FBI, on a separate but related track, has been looking closely at the Clinton Foundation. So that is still open. However, with this coming 2 days before the election, you can bet James Comey, or at least I would hope you could bet, but you don't know what he's going to do, now with 2 days left, is not going to weigh in again. So this may be the final word, at least from the FBI. But if Hillary Clinton is elected president, number one, let's see what the FBI still comes up with after the election, number one. And number two, James Comey will be in a very awkward position as FBI director if there's a President-elect Clinton. On the other hand, if there's a President-elect Trump, there's going to be a very interesting meeting between President-elect Trump and FBI Director James Comey about the way forward with the Clinton Foundation. You can bet that.
So to be clear on that, Ed, and thanks for indulging in these questions and the time you're taking, but you're appointed to a 10-year term when you're FBI Director, but you can be always terminated at any time by the President of the United States, whoever.